A former professional guardian whose criminal case has led to changes in state law to protect the most vulnerable has learned her punishment.
Rebecca Furley was sentenced today to probation and will carry a felony criminal record in the wake of the death of a man who was in her court-ordered care. WESH 2 News investigative reporter Greg Fox live in Tampa. And Greg, her actions touch the lives of hundreds of families across the region.
It absolutely did. We're talking about someone who was licensed in 14 counties, most of them in Central Florida, and yet this was dealing with just one of those cases. One case involving a 75-year-old man who died, but it didn't deal with any of those hundreds of other cases over the past couple of decades that have involved hundreds of her wards. Here's some of what she had to say as she left. Would you like to say anything to the people who are family members of your wards over the years about the care you provided them? Rebecca Furley did decline to answer my questions as she left the Hillsborough County Courthouse. Furley was originally brought to trial last September on 2 charges of aggravated abuse and neglect of an elderly or incapacitated person, but the jury could not reach a verdict. The case ended in mistrial. In February, she agreed to a plea deal to neglect. The state claims her actions partly led to the death of Brevard County's Stephen Stryker in May 2019. She signed a do not resuscitate order and told the hospital to cap his feeding tube. Furley's guardian attorneys and her children and former husband testified to her character, describing her as, quote, a loving mother. While the state asked for just 1 year in the county jail, the judge did not follow that recommendation. Furley was sentenced to 4 years probation, no jail time. She was adjudicated guilty, which means she will have a criminal record. She has to have no contact with the elderly or incapacitated people, and her guardian license is permanently revoked. Both audits and our investigations over the last 4 years revealed that Furley not only had hundreds of wards, she also had hundreds of people that she was caring for Advent Health, for a local nursing home, and that she was being paid for those services and did not report that to the court. None of that was brought up at this hearing to determine her sentence. Whether it will in the future, we don't know. We do know that Stephen Stryker's daughter, Kim, is still suing Rebecca Furley in civil court. This is a developing story, and we'll have the latest for you coming up on WESH 2 News at 5.